Hello, 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 and welcome back to the fourth and final innings of the opening test of the 2021 Backyard Cricket England series between Alex's 11 and Dan's 11. Alex's team have set Dan a target of 211 to win. It looks a tall order, but they do have some quality players. It is possible that they will chase this down. Let's have a look and see how they go. Players at the ready then. Looks a tall order for Dan's 11 this chase. 211 the target. If one or two of these batsmen can get going, then things may change quickly. But for now, it seems a long way off. And it is going to be Yusuf Sharif and Bijal Patel who are trusted to get the tone right. Opened together in the first innings, these two. Bijal Patel made an excellent half-century. Yusuf Sharif just the one, but the victim of a good bit of bowling from Ewan McGregor. But you feel this opening partnership is vital. This is two of the better batsmen in Dan's team. And if they can get off to a calm start here, it will ease the nerves for the rest of the side and help them believe that they have a chance of getting this. For Alex's part, he's entrusted the first over with Jake Buttler, bowled well in the first innings. 1 for 4 in his 3 overs. Excellent last year as well, Jake Buttler. Double figures in the 3 tests in 2020. Continued that in the first innings here. And he'll be looking to make an early breakthrough. Early wickets will kill this game, Alex's team will feel. If they can get 1 or 2 down early on, then it really does seem a long way back for Dan's team. Sharif just setting himself. He's at the ready now. Here we go. Start of the run chase. Turns it away. This will be a single off the mark first ball. Bogareddy doing the fielding. I think the umpire's just checking here. Now he's given it a boundary. I think Bogareddy's foot may have been on the rope when he collected that ball. I don't think the ball crossed the line. Don't know if we're going to be able to see it from here. Yeah, possibly his right foot there when he's collected it has crossed the rope. So Dan's team start with a boundary. Yusuf Sharif up and running. Buttler looking to respond. Wide of off stump. Bit of movement there though, which will be a good sign for Alex's team. He does swing the ball a long way, Jake Buttler. It's his biggest asset. When he gets it right, he's deadly. Let that hit him, Sharif. Don't think any bat involved. LBWs only apply if no shot is offered, as in that instance, but I think he was a long way outside off stump. And solidly behind that. They're going to chance the arm. Well done. Good running that. 3 fielders converging on that, but they still managed to get home relatively comfortably. Good bit of cricket from both openers there. Alert and aware. Read each other well. And it puts Patel on strike. Best score, that half-century in the first innings. 52. Played really nicely. Pretty much a lone hand. Numbers 9 and 10 got double figures. Nobody else did, apart from him at the top of the order. And gets behind it early on here. And that is the end of the first one. 5 for 0. And it looks like it's going to be the captain, Alex Smith. Might be a feeling that they think Sharif is potentially vulnerable against left armers. He was dismissed by both Smith and Ricky Barrett in the 2020 series, bowled through the gate to a ball that came back to him. So Smith, not a frontline bowler himself, but he's reckoned that with his height and with his angle, he may be the man to set this innings off. But he started poorly. Looseners are wide. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Misfielded, and it goes for 4. Should have been stopped, but good cricket from Sharif. Composed start from him. Lovely that. Nice stroke. Bit over pitch from Smith, but good positive intent from Sharif. That's how they've got to play. They've got to fancy this target. If they shy away from it or just try to survive, then they're in for a long afternoon. Smith again. It's off the legs. That's going to be 4. Nicely placed. Really good start this from Yusuf Sharif. Looks composed early on. It's not been the start Smith was hoping for. Length has been okay in this over. Hasn't quite found the line. Tended to be between too far outside off or too far down leg. Hasn't found that perfect spot on and around the off stump yet. Oh, he has there. That's a really good ball, and they're going to get a bye for it. But that's cut Sharif in half. Good delivery. That's where he's aiming for. That delivery on off stump and coming back in. Didn't quite come back in enough that time. But a good bit of bowling. Sharif survives, and he'll have a go at Patel now. That's another good ball. Finished that over better than he started it, Smith. 10 off it. Or 11 off it, sorry. 16 for none off 2. Good start this from Dan's team. Put Sharif back on strike. And it is McGregor, the man who dismissed him first time round, with an excellent piece of bowling. He's going to try again. And as expected, back of a length. In the first innings, McGregor started off Sharif with 2 back of the length balls up around the rib cage. Then threw a full one outside off. Sharif drove with no footwork and was nicked behind. Clever bit of cricket from McGregor, and it looks like he might be setting him up for that same dismissal again. But he's gone full instead, and Sharif lets it go. Debut this test match, Ewan McGregor, and he was very impressive in the first innings. Looked decent with the bat without going on to make a score, but took 3 for 4 in that first digs. Very good performance, very encouraging performance for the newcomer. Alex Smith will have been delighted with how he went there, and he'll be hoping he can back it up here. That's good fielding at leg slip from Fox. It was a big position in the first innings, that one. Run-saving position. And the extras have made a difference in this game. McGregor, in again. Another good ball that Sharif leaves alone. Similar to Smith, he's not quite found his ideal line so far, Ewan McGregor, but his lengths have been good. Just not quite managed to cramp Sharif up. And they push that away. Got bat on it, it's a single. 3 overs down, 17 for none. Next up, James Maguire. And it was his batting, James Maguire, that's put Alex's team in such a strong position in this game. That partnership with Ricky Barrett really turned this game on its head. And they'll be looking for him to back it up and ride that confidence with the ball. But he starts sloppily, down leg for a leg bite. And they've called it through. It's going to be tight, but he's got there. Good running. Bijal Patel off the mark. Alex's 11, just a little off colour so far. Been the odd decent delivery, but not more than sort of 3 or 4 of those up to now. The rest has been a little bit loose. Early composure from Sharif may have thrown them off their lines a little bit. It's been a good start for Dan's team, an encouraging start, and again it's sloppy down leg and they'll get another bite. Be very happy with the early signs, Dan Mears. His 2 batsmen look composed and comfortable, and Alex's 11 just look a little off it at the moment. Haven't got into this innings yet. And another one down leg. And again it will be a leg bite. James Maguire has not managed to back up his excellence with the bat up to now. 2 balls to go in the over. 4 from it so far. LB appeal, I think, there, but he has got bat on it. I think it came off the toe. Yep, umpire gives it as a run. Sharif moves to 15, but that's better from Maguire. And then he comes again to finish up this over. Maguire to Patel. Right behind it. Solid. Really good start this from Dan's 11. Very, very happy with how this has gone so far. 22 for none off 4. And no real threat to them up to now. Defended well, left the ball well, which has been the main feature of this innings so far. Sharif has got a few drives away. And looked good so far. Going to be a bit of a change now for Alex's 11. They're packing the field here. Looks like 4 slips and a very, very short point. 3 slips and a gully maybe now, with Maguire just stepping back a little. As Barrett round the wicket, quick. Can he make something happen here? And look at that field, really trying to turn this game around a little bit, just trying to wake their side up a little bit here, I think. It's good thinking, intelligent thinking from Barrett and the captain. Just trying to bring this game to life, refusing to let it drift, doing something different. And that's a good delivery, reared up on him a little bit. He does get some unexpected bounce, Ricky Barrett. He's not a tall man by any means, but he can get that ball to spring at you, and at a good pace, it can be troublesome. And again, just lifts on him and he wears it, Sharif. Gets his hands out the way though. Second ball in a row that's got big on him, and he's managed to get his hands underneath it and out the way. Happy to wear it. It's good bowling from Ricky Barrett, but also good batting from Sharif. And lets that one go outside off. Very interesting over this one. Good from both players so far. Can Barrett get the upper hand? Can they make the breakthrough? Or will Sharif hold on? Oh, that's a good ball. That's beaten him. That's a Jaffa from Ricky Barrett. Came a little closer to the stumps for that delivery. Arrowed it in. And then swung it away. Good bit of bowling. Sharif gets over the top of that one. Really good contest, that. That was an enjoyable over. But Yusuf Sharif survives. Dan's 11 with the slight upper hand at the moment. Alex's team still comfortable favourites with the scoreboard pressure, but this has been as good a start as Dan's team could have hoped for. But they've got to get through Rob Maguire now, the star bowler in this side. Opt not to take the bite. Been excellent, Rob Maguire. As you can see there, 40 valuable runs in the first innings. 7 in the second, where he was dismissed through no fault of his own, careless run out. And 2 wickets in Dan's 11's first knock. Can he make something happen? Is he the one, as he so often is, to make something happen for Alex's team? Is this his moment? Oh, beaten again down leg. Patel hanging in there so far. Good from him. And that's a long way down leg. Just don't quite look sharp at the moment, Alex's team. They've not really started this innings at all yet. It's been a bit flat and a bit underwhelming. None of the bowlers have really settled into a dangerous rhythm yet. Ricky Barrett has bowled the best over up to now, but even then didn't really create an opportunity. Really good batting from these two. They've looked very, very composed, and they're dealing with everything thrown at them at the minute. This has been a promising start. And it's up to Elliot Fox to make something happen now. Slight change of pace. Bold spin in the first innings. It looks like he's switched to seam up here. Full toss, and that'll be another bite. Down leg. As Alex's team continue to underwhelm. Only a couple of deliveries so far for Fox, but he's not shown any signs so far that he's going to be the one who switches this innings on. He comes alive, and that's down leg. Despite the U's and R's, no real threat. Fox again. And lets it go outside off. Too short. Doesn't quite have the pace to dig it in, Elliot Fox. He's got a challenge by getting it full and swinging it. But it won't make any difference if you keep chucking them down the leg side. That's, I think, the third one in this over that's harmlessly drifted past the pads. Can he finish well? Oh, it's a slower ball. He's tried to bluff him there, and he has been hammered to the fence. Well, that didn't work. Who's next? Who else wants to have a try? Something different from Fox, but Sharif saw it all the way. Read him like a takeaway menu there and smashed it for 4. Never any doubt. So we are going to see a proper change of pace now. The leg spinner Vamsi Bogireddy on debut went wicketless in the first innings, but turned a few and looked dangerous, if erratic. Single off his first ball. An exciting cricketer across the board, Vamsi Bogireddy. He's made a real impression in this game. Gonna go. McGregor's arm. Looks in. Vamsi Bogireddy. Both of his innings with the bat, he struck a 6 off his second ball. Got 28 off 15 first time around. and then bowled ripping leg spinners, some of which landed absolutely beautifully, others not so much, and took a bit of punishment. Really a jack-in-the-box cricketer. Anything can happen when he's involved in the game. And Alex's 11 will be hoping he can make something happen here, but that's good from Patel, right behind that. Covered the spin well, played it late, footwork was good. Flush out the middle of the bat. And bogey ready again. And again Patel, good footwork. Got a lot more forward that time. But again played it late, waited for the turn. And pushed towards mid-off. And nice wrist work. Those 3 balls were a good little example of how to play leg spin. That's really well played from Bijal Patel. Won't make the highlights reel, but impressive cricket all the same. And Sharif dots out the last ball. So, even bogey ready was a little flat in that over. Didn't really manage to turn too many and cause too many problems. And we're almost through the first rotation here. These 2 openers have quietly built an excellent platform here. Just Nav Saeed and Lewis Chapman remaining in this bowling rotation. And Saeed, big disappointment so far in this game. And starts with a no ball. Alex Smith expected a lot of Nav Saeed, really bigged him up in the lead up to this series as a key player with bat and ball, and he's responded with a pair and no wickets up to now. Leg bite. Another one down leg. 11 extras in just 8 and a bit overs. That's good fielding. It's Chapman at point. Nav Saeed, can he produce? That's going to be a wide. Yeah, sloppy. Quickened the pace a little there, but didn't find the radar at all. Tough start this from Saeed. Low on confidence. It's been a poor test match for him, and that's not going to make matters any better. Lovely strike from Sharif. Looked an excellent touch already here, Yusuf Sharif. Didn't get the feet moving too much there, but the transition of weight was good, right through the ball. Nav Saeed under a bit of pressure. It's been a sloppy over this. Finishes up with a dot ball. Arrowed in straight. And another good over for Dan Syed. It's 40 for none off 9. Excellent start from these 2. Just waiting for something to light this game up, Alex's team. They've let this drift a bit too much. Not really looked like taking a wicket up to now. And Chapman. Not a frontline bowler by any means, Chapman. But when he lands it at his pace, he can tempt batsmen into doing silly things. He can get wickets from balls hit over the fence. Maybe he's exactly what we need, but not if he's going to chuck it outside there. Wicketkeeper didn't have a chance with that one. It's a wide and a bite. 3 off it. Desperately needing something to bring this game to life now, Alex's team, before this partnership grows from irritating to concerning, which it is showing signs of doing so far. Neither of these 2 have looked like getting out. Very, very good from Sharif and Patel. Oh, first signs of a bit of nerves there. First signs of a miscommunication. Long way down the pitch, Patel, but the single was never on. And Sharif got back in time. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Oh, that's the best shot of the innings up to now. Beautiful straight drive from Bijal Patel. A lot of class in that stroke. This will make a good watch on the replay. Look at that. On the walk. Right through it. Ball never left the ground. Lovely shot. Good player when he gets going, Bijal Patel. As he showed in the first innings, and this will be becoming concerning to Alex's team. They really need to break this partnership now. If it goes on too much longer, they really could find themselves letting Dan's team back into the game, but nothing to worry about at the moment. A new bowling rotation, so all the bowlers have got those loose overs out the way, and we'll be hoping to turn it on for them now. And that's already a better start from Maguire. Played beautifully from Yusuf Sharif. That's not a bad delivery. Back of a length in the channel, and he's flicked it away behind square for 4. That is an excellent bit of batting. Played it so late and so delicate. The placement is absolutely immaculate there. That is a beautiful shot from Sharif. That is not a bad ball at all from James Maguire. Lovely way to bring up the 50 partnership, and what a partnership it's been. Maguire responds well, a little bit short of that time, but again, Sharif right over the top of it and into the ground. Just started to show signs that he is in prime nick, Sharif. Looked very, very good up to now. Promising signs that he could be the one who drags his team over the line. We said somebody will need to play a big innings. Maybe this is Yusuf Sharif's day. Been consistently good throughout his backyard career without ever making the standout performance. Constantly chimes in with 1 for or 2 for with the ball and gets solid 30s, 40s with the bat without ever making that big match-winning contribution. And every time you watch him, you feel like that contribution is not far away, and maybe this is the perfect platform for him to really do that. Gets right behind that again. This has been a better over for Maguire than his first one, and that's what they'll have been hoping for with the new bowling rotation, that all the bowlers have had an over to get the cobwebs out and can find their best form. That's not it though, that's a wide. Just been one of those and over. Poor delivery down leg that's not close to the batsman, or a wide outside off. Just at least one every over. Oh, and lands just short. And Smith's misfielded it. Sloppiness in the field is not a good sign. Really need to sharpen up now, Alex's team. That was poor from the captain. Turns immediately to Rob Maguire. Didn't bowl him until the 6th over in the first rotation, but he's getting the 2nd here against Bijal Patel. Hasn't dismissed Bijal Patel in backyard cricket, but has got him in club cricket a couple of times. Here we go, Maguire. Oh, he's bowled him. Oh, brilliant bit of bowling. Think he's beaten him for pace, and it came in a long way. And Alex's 11 have the breakthrough they needed. We said they needed something to bring this game to life. One bit of magic, one bit of luck. Well, they've had a gem there from Maguire. That is a beautiful bit of bowling. We're going to slow that down even more. Won't really be able to see it from that angle, but that ball has come back in a long way at high pace. Not a lot Bijal Patel could have done about that. Played inside it a little bit, but can't really blame him. That ball has come in late and it's coming quick. Brilliant bit of bowling from Maguire. Alex's 11. Get the breakthrough they so desperately wanted. A really good opening partnership from those two. Given the rest a platform, and if nothing else, they may have given them some belief. But with that wicket, the balance of the scales tips again. Just had the feeling that Alex's 11 needed something to wake them up, and if they can switch on now with that wicket, then they should have enough in the locker to get the job done. It's a really good bowling attack. But this man will be dangerous. Alvin Sathya, an excellent player. Has the potential to win this on his own, Sathya. Oh, but that's in the air, first ball. And he's caught him. Another one goes. Maguire's on a hat-trick again. Or is he? Has he trod on the rope? Well, one way or another, the umpire has given this as 4, but if he's trodden on the rope, this should be 6. Yeah, I think that's it. I think McGregor has stepped on the rope there. It's an excellent bit of bowling again from Maguire. Got big on Sathya. Nervous prod from the new man. But that can't be 4. One way or another, that's got to be a wicket or it's got to be 6. So the umpire's got that wrong. But Sathya survives. Brilliant from Maguire. Oh, and that's bounced on him. Hit him. He's worn it. Well, what an electric start to this over. Maguire is on fire at the minute. Got a wicket. Could have had 2. And right behind it, Sathya will feel good about that. But another good delivery from Maguire. Moved in. High pace. This has been a brilliant over up to now. Sathya. Oh, he's bowled him. Oh, it's another magic ball. Brilliant from Maguire. He has brought this game to life. Sprinkling of stardust on the occasion here. Magnificent from Maguire. Every ball in this over. A complete contrast to what we've seen up to now. Flick the top of the bails. It's moved a long way again. We'll see it here. That is a brilliant delivery. Squared Sathya up. Threw his right boot out when he realised it was tailing in on him, but didn't get near it. That is a ripper from Maguire. Blasted the doors open for Alex's team here. What a sudden turnaround in this game from being flat and lifeless and the opening stand causing them some problems. 5 balls later, Maguire may well have sealed the victory here. Brilliant from him. And a good delivery to finish. What about that? Listen to the applause. We'll have a look at this over again. What a brilliant delivery that is. Best ball of the test match for me, that. Should have had another. That was a good delivery. Lifted sharply. Sathya knows he's in a battle here. And then what about this? Brilliant. Crowther behind his first one. Well, shades of Flintoff at Edgbaston there. Blasted this game open now, Maguire. Dan's 11 have some excellent batsmen still in the hut, and these two more than capable of winning this game. But you'd feel, with the size of the target and the momentum that that over has given them, you'd fancy Alex's 11 to take control of this now. Rob Maguire. What a bowler. Butler has got to follow it with a good one here. If Butler goes for a couple of boundaries and things get a bit flat here or bowls a wide or two, then it'll be a real waste of that initiative that Maguire's given them. So Butler needs to be on it. Sharp single. Good again that from Sharif. Transferring the pressure back. Doing the right things every turn here, Yusuf Sharif. And you feel he is the key now. If he can go on and make this a big one, then Dan's team are still in this game. But a lot is going to rest on his shoulders. So difficult to get started against this bowling attack with the ball moving around. The challenge is the first 15 to 20 balls for every batsman. But Sharif has shown that once you get in, you can start to find a rhythm. They've got to get Crowther early. He became a bit of a fourth inning specialist last year, Crowther. Played some excellent knocks in the dying moments of games, and they'll need similar from him today. More than capable. And if Sharif continues the way he's going, then these two could be dangerous. That's better from Butler, but good running again from Sharif. Hasn't put a foot wrong in this innings, Yusuf Sharif. He's looked very, very good. Made all the right choices. Keeping the score ticking over. Not letting those 2 wickets force them to grind to a halt while Crowther gets in. And that's hit him. Decent over that from Butler. Not quite the snap that they needed, but not a bad one by any stretch. Victim of some good batting from Sharif in particular as well. Ewan McGregor. One of the better first overs among the bowlers. Went for just 1. But just bowled too many outside off stump that the batsman could leave alone. Didn't quite make them play enough. And that's the challenge for him now. Oh, and he's got him prodding. Quite happy to see that beat him, Yusuf Sharif. He's playing for the in-swing. But there was just a hint that he was following that one a little bit. Oh, that's another good ball. Just tempting him a little bit now, McGregor. It's still a little wide of off stump. They'll want it a little bit straighter from him to find that edge. Sharif won't be too bothered by the balls beating him outside off. As long as he can keep doing that, anything straight he's been so good on. Ran really well, and on this, it's not the biggest ground in the world. And with the pace of the bowling, to just stop those balls dead and take all the pace off them so that you can get the single. And he's done it time and time again. It's been very, very good from Sharif. It's been good to watch. That's good wicket keeping from Barrett. Done well to get a hand on that. Probably saved the bite. Couple of balls left to go in the over. McGregor still searching for that ideal rhythm. Oh, where's that? Good bit of bowling. I think the noise he heard there was bat on floor from Crowther. Ball passed through to the wicketkeeper untouched. But better from McGregor. And finishes up with a poor one down leg and he gets wided. 70 for 2. Game looks a little bit different now. Elliot Fox, the new man. I think he might be missing a trick here, Smith. The over from Maguire. He then went to another of his strike bowlers, Butler, and then McGregor. Might have thought about bringing on Ricky Barrett now, another of his strike bowlers, just to keep the pressure on. Unless he's seen something in Sharif that maybe he feels a change of pace. And Elliot Fox's canniness might be the way through. Smart cricketer, Fox. He is quite creative in the ways he finds to get the job done. See that with the bat from him at times in this game. Can he produce with the ball? Another poor delivery down leg and another excellent bit of wicket keeping from Ricky Barrett. Every run important. And that's 2 in the last couple of minutes he's saved. That would have been buys. That's a poor delivery and that will be wided. Doesn't have the pace to bang it in short, Fox. Don't think that will have been deliberate. It's clipped. That's a lovely shot again. Really starting to become a top innings this, Sharif. And he is, to use the expression, time the pants off that. Look at that. Dissected the 2 fielders. Ball never left the turf. Lovely bit of batting. This has been a really, really good knock. Not enough from Dan's 11 so far. They need him to go on. Need him to make this a really big one. But so far, up to now, absolutely flawless. 15 overs gone. 76 for 2. 135 more the target. And when the field is ready, Ricky Barrett is going to start us off again. Crowther still on naught. They haven't bowled enough balls at Crowther so far. Sharif has done really well at rotating strike and keeping himself on at the dangerous end. Allowing Crowther time to settle slowly and just killing Alex's 11's momentum a little bit. They'll have wanted to bowl more at Crowther than they've been able to so far. And it shouldn't be forgotten that Ricky Barrett was all over James Crowther last year. Dismissed him 3 times in 3 tests, including the decisive match-winning wicket in both the second and third game. And that's over his head. He's given us 4. I think that's a bunt ball. Don't think there was any real danger of a catch there. Looks like he's hit this into the ground. Yeah, it does seem to be the case. No real effort from Barrett to get to it. And Crowther's off the mark. And off the mark nicely as well. And they'll take the bite. And this will be annoying for Alex's 11. Those byes down leg side when you've got a left-hander, right-hander in, it's annoying for the fielders, annoying for the bowlers. Need to do themselves a favour and avoid those sloppy strike rotations. Barrett to Sharif. Got a bat on it and gets 4. Just got a tickle on that. Good bit of cricket. Fine leg was wide there, Smith, and Sharif managed to just get it fine enough. Looked in excellent touch. Deserves his half century if he can get there. Got to get through Barrett first. Oh, what a beauty! Oh, that's a magic delivery from Ricky Barrett. That's bowled him round his legs from round the wicket. Well, we'll have a look and see if Sharif has made an error there or if that has done a bit. Probably a bit of both is going to be the truth. Steps across to off Sharif. Leaves it. It has done a fair bit. But you'd have to say from Sharif it's a little lazy as well. Just walked across too far. Misread it. But a brilliant bit of bowling from Ricky Barrett. And you would feel that that is probably a match winner now. Yusuf Sharif had looked so good up until that point. That is his first mistake in this innings. And it's proved costly. Excellent 44 from him. And it does look a tall order now. Dan Mears, the captain, is going to be the man to try and fight back, lead the charge for his side. Needs to produce, as the cliche goes, a real captain's innings here. Side in all sorts of trouble. Ricky Barrett to finish his over and lets it go. But they've got the breakthrough. Really good delivery from Ricky Barrett. Wasn't the best over actually, but got one excellent ball in there, and that was enough. Bit of a misjudgment from Sharif, which will be a disappointment for him, just short of what would have been an excellent half-century. In terms of pure quality, that was probably the best innings of the match so far. Ricky Barrett's 50 in the third innings was magnificent for different reasons, but in terms of pure quality of batting, that was excellent from Yusuf Sharif. Probably the best batting we've seen in this game. But he's been and gone. His test match is over. Crowthers is still alive, and he's going to face Vamsi Bogareddy. Quiet first over from him. Oh, this is going to be out. What a soft dismissal that is. He's caught it. Oh, that's a disaster. That's a big wicket for Alex's 11. James Crowther, a huge player, particularly with his record in the fourth innings. To get him and to get him with such a cheap dismissal early on is a massive bonus. And that surely is the end of that for Dan's team. Still some good batsmen to come. Still a lot of batting in this lineup. But that feels like a fatal blow. Vamsi Bogareddy with his maiden Backyard Cricket England wicket. He's had a good debut, Bogareddy. Chipped in at vital times. Electric cricketer. Everything happening when he's involved. And he's got a big wicket there. James Crowther was excellent in the fourth innings of every test last year. And to get him so cheaply here is such a boost. They will feel they've done enough now, Alex's team. Just got to keep chipping away and not lose their focus. Hasn't actually been the best bowling performance from them. They've just produced enough good deliveries here and there. And had a bit of luck as well. One moment of pure brilliance. That over from Rob Maguire. Looks decisive now. Oh, this is going to be another one. Oh, he goes. Well, he's not batting for his team there, Adam Stevens. That's a poor dismissal. To smash it over the fence off just your second delivery on naught. That's a bit careless. But Bogareddy, another wicket for him. Excellent over from him. 3 balls, 2 wickets. Vamsi Bogareddy has arrived as a bowler in backyard cricket. And this looks a formality now. May just be a matter of time for these last few wickets. Especially if they're going to keep self-destructing like they have there. And that's 3 wickets for no runs in the last 5 deliveries. Gurpal Singh doesn't tend to hang around, and their best chance, Dan's 11, might be if he can connect with a few and fire some boundaries away quickly. That'll be his best option. Gurpal Singh, not the type of player who's going to prod and poke and defend his way through this target. He's going to go for him. Just got to calm this wave down first, though. 3 wickets in the last 5 balls. They were 58 for naught, Dan's team. 5 for 27. Rob Maguire started it with an over of breathtaking brilliance. Probably a better over, actually, than his hat-trick over last year. He was magnificent, Maguire. And that opened the floodgates. Barrett got the key wicket of Sharif with a really good delivery. And now Bogareddy with a couple of dismissals that he will feel. He's been gifted and he won't complain at that at all. Good over that. Double wicket maiden from Vamsi Bogareddy. Well done him. 85 for 5. Now Saeed up next. Just him, Chapman and the captain himself. Smith left in this rotation. Oh, this is close. Can he hit him? Gone. Brilliant from Elliot Fox. Absolutely brilliant. Veins of steel from Fox. Ice cold. But it's a soft dismissal. Another soft dismissal. Dan Mears never looked interested in that run. And Gurpal Singh, well, Gurpal Singh has to take the blame for that. There was never an indication from Mears that he wanted a single there. Never looked up, never looked interested, never started coming down the crease. And Gurpal Singh charged at him. Mears sent him back, and Singh pays the price. He's gone for a duck. Poor bit of cricket, but brilliant from Elliot Fox. Great to see the celebration as well. Really popular cricketer, live wire cricketer, ball of energy, Elliot Fox. And that was a nice moment for him. Sam Dennis on debut, duck in the first innings. Left one and was pinned in front. LBW from Ricky Barrett, left a Yorker on middle stump. Didn't read it at all, but he is a class player if he can get going, Sam Dennis. No doubting the ability, but this format of cricket takes some adapting to, and it's probably unfair to expect a debutant to get them over the line in this situation, as perilous as it is, in just his second innings in the format. If he does pull this off, Sam Dennis, along with Dan Mears, well, you'd probably be looking at the best backyard innings we've had up to now. If they can get this over the line, looks a long way off. Complete and utter collapse. It's 6 for 27, the collapse. Oh, Mears looked tempted for a second. Looked like the booming drive was coming out, but he lets it go. So he'd been a lot better in this over than he was in his first. His first over was a little loose, but this has all been on the money. Just started to land those off spinners. Confidence boosted by the wickets falling at regular intervals, giving him a bit of belief. That was a good over that from Nav Saeed. Wicket maiden. And who's it going to be? Just Smith and Chapman remaining. Is it going to be the captain first, or will he turn to Chapman? It looks like it is going to be Chapman. 4 wickets without reply in the last 14 deliveries. That's a wide. Good keeping again, though, from Ricky Barrett. Saved the bite. Keeping's been really good in this match, Ricky Barrett. It's been one of the differences, the extras between the two sides, and a lot of that is down to the bowling from each team, but also the quality of wicket keeping. As Dennis drives to mid-off. Where's that? That's 6. Smash that. Well, it's clear what Sam Dennis's intentions are. He's not going to die wondering. Chance for him to find a bit of rhythm and get used to this format on debut. Pick that one up well done. Well, to get over the top of that. You've seen those balls go flying straight upwards. And right behind that. Gets himself off a pair, gets himself off the mark in backyard cricket, so he'll be feeling good about that, Dennis. Not been a terrible over this from Chapman. He's done okay so far. Boundary was a good shot. One poor wide at the start of the over, but other than that, he's landed them. Half appeal for a catch behind. And again, excellent wicket keeping from Ricky Barrett, you'd have to say. No nick on it, but brilliant again. And it is the captain to finish this rotation. Captain to captain. Smith to Mears. Surprisingly, it's the first time these two captains have bowled at each other in this match. Hasn't happened in any of the 3 previous innings. Smith comes in. Eyes up in the air. And gone. And that's a nice little battle for Smith to win. Gets his opposite number out for a duck. For any captain, that's a nice little bonus. Looks like it just bounced on him. Smith has that extra height. Yeah, it's just got big on him there. Taking the shoulder of the bat. It's a good catch from Ewan McGregor. I think he's left a piece of himself on the turf. Good commitment from him. Mears gone for a blob. Smith has the wicket. 93 for 7. Neil Murphy, the new man, another on debut. Looks a formality. Not expecting Dan's 11 to get close to this now, but they have to still believe they can. Got to take some pride in their work here. Just resist as long as you can, and then who knows. But Smith will have his tail up. He's got 5 balls at Murphy here to try and make further inroads. I think these are all going to be full. Don't think he's going to target the shoulder of the bat for Murphy. Think he'll target those stumps. Well, he has banged it in short. Good wicket keeping again from Barrett. Just to say, this actual second innings has been a bit of a masterclass behind the stumps from Ricky Barrett. Seen some excellent takes from him, standing up to Smith, who's no slouch with the ball. He's got a bit of pace. Good from Barrett, but he goes back now. Oh, that's a good ball. That's moved quite a long way, actually. That started in line with the stumps from left arm round the wicket and has bent all the way to Ricky Barrett's outstretched right hand. Good delivery, that. You feel he's coming round the wicket in order to set him up for the big in-swinger into the stumps. Going to bowl out-swingers at him and then bend one back in. Oh, and that is the in-swinger, and it's not missed off stump by much. Whiskers away. This has been a good over from the captain. Every ball on the money so far. Good over from him. And that's a full toss. He's nicked it, and it's 4. Little bit loose from Smith. Low full toss. But Murphy threw the blade at it, got the edge. Landed in between the 2 slips, and I don't think it would have carried to either of them anyway. Murphy off the mark with a boundary. And then digs that one in too short. But a good over from Smith. Wicket for him in it. And that will be a new bowling rotation, as if it wasn't bad enough for Dan's 11. You would assume Rob Maguire is going to be on pretty sharpish here. You would have thought he'd probably be the first over Maguire to capitalise on his brilliance earlier. Looks like he's gone to Ricky Barrett, remembering that Barrett dismissed Dennis in the first innings, so possibly a bit of mind games here. I think we all assumed Rob Maguire would be on. But he's just playing games with Sam Dennis here by bringing Barrett back, reminding him of that first innings dismissal. Barrett has primarily bowled round the wicket in this match, but he did get Dennis's wicket bowling over in the first innings. So we'll see if he tries that angle again. Looks like he will. And you wouldn't be surprised if he replicates it with a similar delivery here. He's going to go full. He's going to target those stumps. See if Dennis leaves it again. Little appeal for a catch down leg. That was the attempt from Barrett. Tried to get that Yorker in. Just too far down leg. Some clever cricket going on now. It's amazing to think the contrast in this innings. Sloppy for the first 11 overs, Alex's 11. Didn't look like taking a wicket. And since then, well, the last 9 overs have brought 7 of them. The occasional bit of brilliance mixed in with some poor dismissals. Oh, it's a good ball. Beats the edge. Moved the long way, that. Ricky Barrett sensing his moment. Loves being part of these occasions. He showed that last year when test matches get down to the wire. That's when he's at his best. Saw that with the bat in the third innings here, when they desperately needed him more than at any other time in his backyard career. He stepped up and delivered. Then got the key wicket of Yusuf Sharif here. Only the one to his name, but the biggest one. And he'll be hunting for a bit of blood here. Into Murphy. And that's bowled him. Full and straight does the job. That's always where they were going to target Neil Murphy. Doesn't get across his stumps, leaves a gap. And Alex's 11, ruthless about exploiting it. Ricky Barrett has his second. That one's done quite a bit, in fairness. In fairness to Neil Murphy, that's actually moved quite a distance. Good ball, that, from around the wicket. He's gone for 4. Harvey Tiffin, the next and final batsman. Remember, there is a last man standing, so Alex's 11 will have to get both of these 2 out to win the game. But this will be the last new man to come to the crease. The debutant from Carlisle. 13 in the first innings. Through the blade. Played some nice shots. But Ricky Barrett knows this will probably be his last delivery. I don't think there's going to be another rotation. Oh, and he's bowled him. Finishes with a bang, Ricky Barrett. You would think those will be his last 2 balls of the game, and he struck on both of them. Ends his test with a bang. Brilliant from him. Poor from Harvey Tiffin. No real footwork. Indecisive prod of the bat. But it's a good nut from Barrett that's done a bit as well. He's swung the ball in this innings more than I think I've seen him swing it in backyard cricket in his career up to now. He's always bowled well in the format. But I just feel he's swung it more today than at any other point in his career. Barrett, had he had a delivery left, would have been on a hat-trick. But his over has been and done. It was a brilliant over. 2 wickets and just 1 bye off of it. He'll finish with 3 for 8. Brilliant from him. He's had an excellent test match, a man of the match test match. Although he's been pushed hard for that role by the man with the ball now, Rob Maguire. Dennis lets it go. He's the last man standing. He needs 113, which doesn't look likely. And we say Ricky Barrett has been the man of the match, but Rob Maguire has pushed him all the way with bat and ball. He has been superb. New role at number 3, which he's adapted to like a duck to water. Bowled well in the first innings, got a couple of wickets. His first over was quick but a bit flat here, and then his second over, one of the greats in backyard cricket. 2 wickets, key wickets, got the breakthrough when Alex's 11 was sloppy and the partnership was building, and he produced an over of genius. He is a massive player in this format of the game, Rob Maguire, and he's been excellent. Deserves to take this final wicket if he can, but Sam Dennis has held his own so far, and that is the over. So Maguire, likely his test match is most likely done. Butler back on to see if he can be the one to bring it home. It's just a matter of time now. It's just a matter of how many can Dennis get. And this is an important little contribution from Sam Dennis, having made a duck in his first innings. Any runs he can get now, if he can get into backyard cricket and get a feel for the game, then this might set him up for the rest of the series. Might be an important little sort of 10 minutes here for him. 20 minutes, the longer he can hang around. Almost certainly won't be enough to make any impact on this game, but may have consequences further down the line in this series. But for now, still on 6. And look at that collapse, 9 for 40. Oh, where's that? Oh, he's got it over the top, it's 6. Thick edge, flew over the slip cordon. Well, they've switched behind the stumps. Ricky Barrett wicket keeping normally, and Alex Smith at 6'5" in the slips. And Dennis drives another for 4. We'll have a look at both of those boundaries. But just to go back to that point, if Ricky Barrett, the smaller player and better wicketkeeper, had had the gloves on and Smith had been in the slip, Smith may well have been able to reach that. He's a lot taller than Barrett. And Dennis follows it up with a nice shot through point. Unlucky there, Jake Butler. 0 for 20 for him. Not his finest innings. James Maguire. Bowled well in the first innings. He struggled a little bit here. Bowled the odd good ball. But this game he will remember for his brilliant batting in that partnership with Barrett that really changed this game completely. That was the key moment in this whole test match, the partnership between Maguire and Barrett. That's what changed everything. Oh, he's had a waft at that, Dennis. Looks like he's just going to play a few shots now. Just see how many he can get. See how much he can annoy Alex's team as well. And if he can get through this over, there's the part-timers to come in this rotation, so he may fancy getting a few. May fancy rattling off a few boundaries against the part-time bowlers. Got to get through Maguire first. That'll be a leg bite. A couple of balls left in the over. Maguire will be desperate for a wicket. Bowled well in this test match, but hasn't got a wicket to his name yet. That's off the shoulder. Well, as the end comes, you'd have to say, for sort of 3/4 of this test match, we've had a really fascinating game. That partnership between Maguire and Barrett killed it as a contest, really. But up until then, this game was to and fro. It was all over the place. Didn't know who was going to win, didn't know which way it was going to turn. But everything changed when Maguire and Barrett got together and swung this game too far in Alex's direction for Dan's team to ever claw back. Bogaretti, the new bowler. And where's that? That's over the fence. And that is the end of that. Alex's 11 have won this opening test match by 101 runs. Bit of a thrashing in the end. A bit of a whimper from Dan's 11. They've lost 10 for 51 at the end there. Disastrous collapse from them. But that is the end of that. Alex's 11 take a 1-0 lead in the series. And it was Yusuf Sharif at the top with Bijal Patel who got the innings off to such a good start. But not for the first time in backyard cricket. A moment of genius from Rob Maguire proved decisive. Blew the game away with his brilliant over where he took 2 wickets. And that is the overall state of the game. Alex's 11, 171. Didn't know what to make of that. And then Dan's 11 fought well below par. A good bowling performance from Alex's team there, 123. Collapsed to 73 for 7. And then Barrett and Maguire shared 70. Took the game out of reach. And Dan's 11 knocked over. And that is the end of a to and fro test match that's ended in a bit of a drubbing. Alex's 11 take the first test by 101 runs. Join us again for the start of the second game, which will be in Surrey.